Hey guys, it's Vernie here. Week 3 of Dragonflight Season 3. Another Vault video. Happy Tuesday. We'll just go ahead and get straight into it. So we did less keys than last week, kind of owing to that we did Season of Discovery for like the back half of the week. That opened on Thursday. We did manage to cap a character on that, so we're kind of messing around with that. Nothing super serious, but we got a key done on each of our healing alts. So we'll go ahead and get into it. The monk only got one key done. It's a 14, I think, so it's going to be like a 473 piece? 476 maybe? I'm not sure. I'm still like trying to figure out the item level stagger. And I think at this point on this character, we're really just looking for like a sick weapon, a sick trinket, or tier.
Champion, may I have a word with you?
I don't believe we've looted any tier on this guy. We do have catalyst pieces, but they're very bad catalyst pieces, so I kind of don't want to use them. We have one good catalyst piece. So we can get two set this week, regardless. We can catalyze something, but we would like tier or a weapon. We're going to be Mistweaver. Let's open it. Only got one slot, so not going to be much of a choice. If it's bad, we don't pick it. Crit haste ring. I mean, it's a massive item level upgrade. It has to be better than these. Like, these are my old Windwalker and Brewmaster rings, so I don't know how good crit haste is for Mistweaver, but we will certainly take it. Okay, then moving on to the Shaman, we did a 17, which I believe is a 476. I've kind of been slacking on getting all of my alts a myth track item. I think going forward, I'm going to try to be better about it, like getting them at least one 480 piece. But yeah, last week was kind of a misnomer, just because I was busy for 3 or 4 of the days of the weekend trying to catch up with Season of Discovery. Shaman, looking for a weapon, tier piece that's not shoulders or gloves. We're actually okay on trinket. We have one good trinket and one last tier trinket, so 476 chest. I mean, that's great catalyst fodder. We'll take it. Replaces our 447 from last year. Not terrible. And now we've got the Druid, who did 4 keys, I think between 15 and 13. Just trying to get some Wormcrest stuff done. I also believe I did 2 Raid Finder bosses just to give me a 3rd vault slot. So if the pieces are horrendous, we can pick up a socket. Sockets are going to be pretty valuable on some of these characters just because they're using Lariat. A lot of the healers are using Lariat right now, and obviously every gem gives you 1 additional second of the Lariat proc, which is good. And right now we're pretty low on sockets, so could be a viable pick. You hate to see it this early in the season, but we really want trinkets. Our trinkets are fucking dog shit. We have 2-piece tier. I think we've used all our catalyst charges, so we're kind of dry, but looking for a trinket. Verse haste ring. Oh, a tier chest. 473 tier chest. I mean, and then 444 raid finder gloves. It's got to be the chest. This means we can get 4-piece next week, or this week potentially if we do raid. That is a good result. I didn't even recognize the name. I didn't even know it was tier. My brain was just like, oh, there's a chest piece. But no, it's a tier chest piece. Very nice. Okay, and now the rest of these characters did at least normal raid and 4 keys, so we'll have a bunch of options to look at. My Evoker did a 16 and then some random crappy keys, so I'll have like 1 good key piece, and then we cleared all of normal. So 3 raid pieces to look at. My trinkets are pretty good on this character, so I'm trying to think what we want. Probably a weapon, right? Like a Nimue staff would be kind of cool. A tier piece would be cool. We're working with 2-piece right now, but we would love to get closer to that 4. And we have a Curio, so we actually could get 4-piece this week. Or a good ring. That's really it. Ring or neck. A good ring or neck I would take. Like something heavy crit or heavy mastery. Okay, 476 Sea Star, which is a good trinket. It's good for Prez. I don't know how good it is for Devastation. We'll have to take a look at it. 470 Verse Mastery Neck. It's very eh. It's really heavy on the verse, which we don't like. Heavy verse crit ring. I won't be taking that. Those are pretty bad stats. Mastery haste offhand, which we're using a staff right now, so this is not great. And then a verse haste int dagger. So I think right now it's between the trinket or the neck. So let me just take a look and see if the trinket is any good. Verse is kind of a bad stat for us, and unfortunately both of these are very verse-heavy pieces, which you're not really excited to see. We have Vessel. I mean, technically the Sea Star is better than the Vessel. But man, this is a huge item level upgrade, dude. I'm just looking at some trinket ratings. I mean, the Sea Star is rated really highly for this, like all the specs. We'd replace the Vessel with it and keep the Nimue one, most likely. I guess I could just craft a neck later at some point. Just feels kind of bad to pass up like a 40 item level upgrade. Well, this is only if this was a myth Sea Star, it wouldn't even be a question. But because it's a hero, I'm like really debating it. Okay, we're just gonna craft a neck. We're gonna take the trinket. It's not very often we get like big trinkets in the vault, so even though it's not myth, we will just take it. So that's cool. Kind of a minor piece, but you know, not gonna be super upset about that. And then we've got the priest. Also did a normal clear, and then I did an 18, and then a bunch of Wormcrest keys. So we will have one myth track piece. This is the only character I did a myth one on that wasn't my paladin. So 5 boxes to choose from. We have 4-piece. We would love to see a weapon or another big trinket. Our trinkets are pretty bad. In fact, I'm gonna go Shadow. I don't think there's a dungeon healing trinket that I want. I'm trying to think. Is there anything that would, like, discourage me from taking Shadow trinkets? I mean, I guess the totem from Ataldazar is, like, one of the strict healing trinkets I would not want to see. But I also wouldn't want to see, like, a Vessel. Well, I think it's okay. I think DPS is probably better. So yeah, we're looking for a weapon. That's the biggest piece for sure. Weapon. Boots would also be okay. Oh my god. That is a Myth Track Balefire branch. Oh, I don't think I can pass that up, even though it's like not... It's not really a healing trinket. But it's sick for Shadow. Let me see. I think Disc could actually work it into ramps. Like if they ramped with like evangelism. It actually might be okay, because it's like it lines up perfectly. 1.5 minutes is the cooldown of both. Let me just take a look. I think Balefire might actually be worth it. Yeah, this thing is recommending Balefire if you don't have pips. We're going to take it. I mean, I guess we could at least look at the other pieces, right? 473 gloves, which are really nice, but it's only hero track. A normal weapon, which is barely higher than ours. Same weapon, same track though. Helm, a normal helm when we have a heroic one, and ashes. We're not taking ashes. Yeah, so we've got to take the Balefire. It's kind of a meme. but could be good, could be fun. Mastery's like not an amazing stat per disc, but the on use seems like it could be crazy. So we're gonna have to get that macroed in to our evangelism. Wow. I did not think my alt would see a myth trinket. Okay, and last is the paladin. The paladin did a bunch of 20s, a couple 18s. We full cleared heroic, and we killed 3 mythic bosses. So we'll have 1 mythic vault from raid, 2 heroic vaults from raid, and then 2 483s and 1 480 piece. I think from the raid we would like to see the shield. The shield would be pretty good. We're crafting a ring this week. We have a hero track, coagulated Venusaur blood. So really it's just like a friendship badge would be cool. A mythic shield from Gnarlroot would be good. Or a heroic for rock weapon. Those are probably the biggest upgrades for us now. Our Holy Paladin's looking pretty good, considering we haven't really taken any raid gear. So we're happy with that. And we're going to open as Holy, because we obviously want healing pieces. We want shields, so... Let's see what we get. Another Balefire branch. Oh, but that's, like, really bad for me. Haste versus Boots, which are kind of interesting. It's really good for Ret, less good for Holy. A 483 Balefire branch. How have I seen 2 of those? That's just crazy. 480 Myth Pants, which we took Myth Pants last week, so we won't be taking those. 480 Bracers with Leech. Oh, they have Leech, but that's where my embellishment is, so I can't take that. 470 Tear Helm. We have a Myth Tear Helm. And Ashes of the Ember Soul. I think it's got to be the boots. There's no way we take a Balefire branch. There's no way it's good. Or we could take a socket. But socket seems like really... it's just not that great right now. Like, the item level is going to be king. We can get sockets later in the season. At least that's my opinion. Let me just double check and see. Another weird Balefire branch pick. Yeah, we can't take it. Okay, we're going to take the boots. We're happy with the item level increase. The stats are not ideal for Holy, but they'll suit us just fine. Okay, let's look at our affixes for the week. So it's Tyrannical, Storming, Raging. It's a little harder than last week. Tyrannical is definitely a step up above Fort, I think, in terms of difficulty. I mean, especially for me as a healer, I have a hard time with some of the Tyrannical bosses. Storming is kind of a pain. Again, as a melee healer, it's not what you want to see. Raging, I think, is mostly fine. They've changed Raging a bunch, so... Could be an okay week to do keys. I don't think it's going to be a push week, but you could probably get some done. Last week I ended up getting 6 of the portals. I think I'm missing Throne and Dawn of the Infinite, and that's it. So, pretty good week overall. I think it's going to be it for this video, though. So hopefully you guys had some good luck in your vaults. You can catch me on Twitch. I'll be streaming a couple times this week, twitch.tv/Veronix. Hope to see you there. And peace.